Hello, everyone, and welcome back to Penn State Sports Night. I'm Tim Rodgers.
And I'm Joe Callahan, Jr. If it weren't for the newly added 18th week, we would just be approaching the midpoint of the NFL regular season. Nevertheless, we believe that we have seen enough from each team to know who's in the conversation for divisional favorites. Tim, I'll give the floor to you. What's the outlook for your favorite team division in the AFC East?
Well, right now, the leaders are the Buffalo Bills, and they look really solid right now. They have had those two shaky losses, one to the Pittsburgh Steelers and one to the Tennessee Titans. But that defense is top three. I mean, that addition of Gregory Rousseau, I think, has been really good for them. And Josh Allen, he's turned into a star. As a Jets fan, that really hurts me to say. But he has 15 touchdowns right now, 3 interceptions, 5th in QBR. He's looking like a true, solid quarterback, and one that the Bills can build around for years to come.
Well, I do believe that the AFC East is into a point where you have a lot of young talent at QB, Zach Wilson, Mac Jones, Tua Tagovailoa. I don't really know what the Dolphins are going to do. But I'm going to switch it up and go with the AFC North. If you asked me about a week ago, right, who would be this team leading, I would give you the Ravens, but not after last week. I'm going to have to give it to the Bengals. Joe Burrow is putting on a show with zero O-line. You know, you were going into the draft trying to draft Penny Sewell, who are they going to take, and you take Jamar Chase. He's only having the best receiving game of any rookie receiver right now. And the number one surprising thing is their defense, and they're ranked 9th in the rush, which really helps them in the division that they're in, because you have those studded teams like the Browns, a running team, the Ravens, about the best running team in the last 2 or 3 years. But I mean, I don't know if I trust, the Ravens to overtake the Bengals, but I can't really give that to them if they're going to kill them. And if Joe Burrow is just going to put out 300-yard passing games after 300-yard passing games. So I do believe that the Bengals will keep that spot going into the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, that defense has really surprised me, and it surprised many, but they have a really good run defense. They're not going to be able to stop this next guy, Derrick Henry, and the Tennessee Titans. I mean, Derrick Henry has had a sensational season. He's got 893 rushing yards, 10 touchdowns, has around 150 receiving yards. I mean, he is truly the best running back in the NFL. But I gave them a B+, and the reason, the Titans as a whole, and the reason for that is consistency. You beat the Bills, who are a serious team. You beat the Chiefs, who I believe are still a serious team. But you tell me you can't beat the New York Jets? Like, I know you didn't have your 2-star receivers. It's the New York Jets. So if Tannehill can figure that out, if the defense can figure that out, I don't see any team overtaking them for the AFC South.
Mm-hmm. Derrick Henry is putting up a good conversation for a non-QB for the MVP spot. I'm going to go to a team that has played that competition, such like the Jets, taken care of it, but really nothing else. And that team is the Raiders. They are the weakest division leader in this whole conversation. The reason why is because you have a team that's 5-2, right? Like 7th in sacks as a defense, which is surprising at that rate. But I still trust the Chiefs more. How do I trust the Chiefs more if you're 5-2? You have another team ahead of them that in the Chargers with Justin Herbert, another MVP candidate, but you're still playing no competition. I mean, the Chiefs had played competition. Obviously, we've seen the downfall of Patrick Mahomes, whether or not that's a fluke or whether or not that's real, I don't know. But if you're 5-2 and you're a team studded, great job coming back off of a game where you lose your coach, but you're playing the Eagles. Congratulations, I'll give you a cookie. I don't know. I don't know how I trust another team other than you if you are 5-2 and the division leader, and I still trust the third place team better. I don't understand that.
So yeah, I do think Derek Carr is still playing really well, but I mean, I could easily see the Chargers taking them over, but the Chiefs maybe not so much. But let's transition now to the NFC. How do you think the NFC East is going right now?
Well, it's really not a conversation. I mean, you have one of the best teams in the league and then a bunch of bums behind them. Kudos to them. I threw up in my mouth saying this, but the Cowboys are the real deal. You have Dak Prescott, an MVP candidate. Trayvon Diggs has more interceptions than 26 teams in the NFL. The two-headed monster that they have at running back in Ezekiel Elliott and Tony Pollard. It's just an unstoppable team. The division isn't really good, so they're definitely staying there for the playoffs.
Yeah, but I just can't wait to see them probably blow it again in the playoffs. To a team like this, the Green Bay Packers. Is this like the last dance Chicago Bulls for the Green Bay Packers with Aaron Rodgers, Davante Adams? That's kind of how it feels. It's business as usual for them. I gave them a grade A. Aaron Rodgers is showing that he's a top 3 quarterback, and I think Davante Adams right now is the best route runner in the NFL. He has around 744 yards and only 3 touchdowns, but still, I mean, the amount of first downs that he gets for the Aaron Rodgers and that safety blanket that he gives him, the Packers will be in the playoffs, and they know that it's got to be Super Bowl or bust for them. Yeah,
I definitely do agree with the Davante Adams take, and he actually overtakes, in my pick, who is the best receiver in the league, is this team's receiver, DeAndre Hopkins. And when we talk about the Cardinals, the only thing that you really have to talk about is undefeated team. They're top 3 defense, excuses out of the door. Kyler Murray is an MVP candidate as well. I believe that he's the front runner. You can't really say that the Rams are better than them anymore. I mean, I was trying to do that before, but Kyler Murray came right out of college the struggles that they had in the beginning, but he's looking like an MVP candidate now. Top 3 defense, they're definitely solidifying their spot as the Super Bowl favorite right now.
Yeah, I didn't think Kyler Murray would emerge that quickly, and that defense with J.J. Watt and Chandler Jones has looked fantastic. But talk about defense, how about the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and what they did last night? Having 3 points allowed, 3 interceptions, 2 forced fumbles. They truly made Justin Fields look like a rookie. And does Tom Brady age? It's really annoying. He's 84 years old, and he's an MVP favorite. He has 2,275 yards, first in the NFL. He has 21 touchdowns, first in the NFL, and only 3 interceptions. As a Jets fan who's seen this guy dominate for years, can you age at all? But, the Buccaneers, they're looking to go right back to the Super Bowl, and I wouldn't be surprised if they do so. I can't wait to see how the rest of the season plays out, and if any of the current division leaders will fall off. For Joe Callahan, I'm Tim Rodgers, and thanks for watching.
Thank you for watching this edition of Penn State Sports Night. If you're a fan of our content, please be sure to subscribe to our YouTube channel for more clips. Also, follow us on Twitter at PSSN TV and on Instagram at PSU Sports Night to keep up with all the action. For all my colleagues, we are Penn State Sports Night.